talk about where you are injury-wise going into spring practice?
Our shoulder guys have been cleared, and that's Rabasa was one of our shoulder guys, and Tate Nichols. Those guys are cleared. As you know, Chase Hounshell had surgery later, so he is not cleared to go yet, though he is way ahead of schedule, and he'll be involved in some form of spring practice, certainly not at the level of those two that have been cleared. So I start with the shoulder injuries. You know, in terms of other surgeries, you know, I think, you know, Cam Roberson is still progressing. He'll play a little bit in the spring. He'll get to do some things. He's still not at 100%, but he'll be involved in the spring drills. I think that's all we had, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Cap is cleared to go. He has no restrictions, and he'll be able to compete in all the drills. And again, we'll be careful with him. I mean, we're not going to, you know, put him in there for, you know, grind him out. You know, we'll be very smart with Cap. And Braxton Cave's doing very well, you know, to the point where, you know, what we want to be careful with him is that we don't put him in a position where he really has to stress that foot early on. But he's moving well. He'll be out there doing a lot of non-contact drills with the hope and the possibility that maybe he even plays in the spring game. But he's made really good progress as well.
Is Amir Carlisle okay?
Yeah, Amir suffered a broken ankle in a non-contact drill last week. Actually, it was in our voluntary 7-on-7. So he'll be out for the spring, but nothing structurally major to the point where we're concerned about him. He'll be ready to go for June when we come back for our summer conditioning program.
Brian, up here, at the quarterback spot, what's going to constitute a good spring, a productive spring for you as a coach in terms of evaluating that position? I'm assuming that the competition is going to go well into August.
Yeah.
What do you want to get out of it in the next 4 weeks?
You know, I think a couple of things. One, that the ball comes out of the quarterback's hand and good decisions are made. As you know, we threw way too many interceptions, Pete, last year for me to be comfortable with. I'm not used to seeing that kind of turnover rate, and it certainly affected our win-loss record. So the ball coming out in a timely fashion, coming out accurately, and then good decisions being made with the football. And you know that as well as I do that those decisions were you know, magnified in the red zone. So it'll be safe to say that we'll be active down in the short field areas as well, and we'll be looking at good decisions, but aggressive decisions as well. I don't want them to, you know, have to tuck it, you know, and run every time because they're afraid to make a mistake. So I'll be looking for those kinds of things with the quarterbacks, getting the ball out timely, accurately, making good decisions. And I think the only way we could do it really was, as I answered Brian's question, was to kind of scale it back a little bit. So we went back to some real basic tenets of the position and how I want it played. And we're going to see that in the spring. And I think it'll give us a good, clear indicator.